Hey everybody, it's Glenn back in this video with the Star Wars Celebration Europe and, as it turns out, San Diego Comic-Con 2016 exclusive KYLO REN Unmasked, just not on the back of the box. It features a fancy hinged Velcro unfastening front so that we can reveal Kylo and all his accessories inside, which include that there melted Darth Vader helmet, which has piqued the interest of many a fan, and it's also repeated on the artwork on the interior of the box. Now, when I purchased this, I was also given a limited run print, which also bears the same artwork as the packaging, and let's cross our fingers that when we get the actual action figure out of packaging, it bears a better resemblance to Adam Driver than this artwork does. I wish the Black Series would use actual movie images. The print is a limited run, but what's really tickling my fancy about it is that the reverse has a checklist of the Black Series, well, that released since The Force Awakens. So, got. Zuvio, did anybody get him, judging by how many I see on the pegs? I think not. Then I have the Rebel Trooper and, well, I have the Toys R Us exclusive version of the Snow Trooper with the pauldron, and then the Flame Trooper, Stormtrooper Finn, Han Solo, Kanan, Ahsoka, and Farm Boy Luke. So here is KYLO REN unmasked and out of packaging, and you might be like, hey Glenn, that's just the same old KYLO REN with a new head stuck on it. Yeah, we'll be taking a closer inspection as there are some differences, some more noticeable, some more subtle, but for the most part, yeah, it's the same KYLO REN. You know, with the mixed media vinyl fabric robes, but something that does really stand out is that his vinyl cape part around his shoulders is actually a new sculpt here. The very noticeable difference being that it has a much more pronounced texture to the sculpt. So compared here to the regularly released Kylo, and that one has a much more smoother finish to the sculpt. Yet alas, the fabric, it's that same perforated material that kind of reminds me of tea bags. But a more subtle difference with it between the two of them requires a closer look, and if you look at the regularly released Kylo on the right of the screen, you can see that the perforations run horizontal, whereas on the unmasked version on the left of the screen, the perforations run vertically. Then the gloved hands of the unmasked ones also have a glossier finish, which I actually prefer. But that's the minutiae, and let's focus on the biggest point of difference, that being the unmasked head, and Hasbro here were beaten out of the gate by the Disney Store exclusive Elite series back when The Force Awakens was released. Yet while the Elite series on the right of the screen here may have been first, that's about all it can boast. Because boy is it in the shade of this Hasbro exclusive one. And I say that as I certainly see the likeness here, and I often remark that the Black Series, their facial expressions have all the emotion of old people who quietly died in their sleep. But I can't say that here. I mean, while not mouth agape screaming with rage as on the packaging artwork, yeah, I definitely do feel like they've turned the expression up a notch from blank face, and it certainly conveys an expression of the character's dark broodiness. And I do like with the deco on the hair, they've done some dry brushing with a lighter shade of brown to make it more tonal. I guess my only complaint really is that the skin tone feels really quite washed out. Then he also comes with his regular interchangeable helmeted head, which actually took me by surprise. I guess I was too focused on the melted Darth Vader helmet. Switching the heads, and then his hood can be pulled. Let's pull it over so he can actually see, and yeah, I think the hood's better on my exclusive version. Something entirely distinct between the two releases are their lightsabers, the regularly released one on the top of the screen. It came with a detachable blade. Meanwhile, the exclusive's lightsaber is one solid piece, and instead we get the hilt as a separate accessory. And now the melted Darth Vader helmet, which I think looks awesome. The sculpt is immense, and in the deco, some dry brushing with some silver paint really accentuates the sculpt, helping it catch the light. Then its underside is flattened out so it can be sat down, which does mean that KYLO REN has to take to his knee to pay tribute to Granddaddy Dearest. And for movie accuracy, I do wish additionally it came with the accessory of whatever podium it stood on in The Force Awakens. But no, instead we get this base emblazoned with the First Order logo, into which this First Order flag slots in. The flag's made of real fabric. Fancy. Now I don't know if we're supposed to stand the action figure on on it, the base part doesn't have any pegs to hold the action figure, or maybe it's just an accessory to stand to one side and pretty up your display. I think really it's better suited to a General Hux action figure. All things considered, and I really do like him. I'm used to having to resort to buy con exclusives on eBay. This being my first one scored in person fills me with some odd sense of achievement, and also exists now as a token of all the fun that was my Star Wars Celebration Europe adventure. An adventure which you can see by clicking the video on the left. Alternatively, click the video on the right for a Black Series versus Elite Series KYLO REN comparison. This exclusive one essentially being the same articulation. I didn't go over it in this video, so if I've left you with any questions of posability, click the video on the right and have them answered. Please give this video a big thumbs up, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye.